So I'm giving a reference point, and from there we move into meditation. Our normal understanding of the spirituality and the meditation is that, oh, pleasure? No, 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 don't run after the pleasure. Bypass it, transcend it, fight with it. Lot of words that we use for this moving into meditation, moving into peace, moving into happiness. So I was coming back from Newark Airport. I saw Elizabeth. Then I said Rave. Couple of. Then you have Piscataway, Edison, and then exit 9, and then came to my home. The goal of meditation is to reach your home. You cannot reject any of the milestones. You reject one milestone, you refuse to move through that milestone, you will not be able to reach your home. Like the river that is in flux, it flows constantly. It should not become a pond. The moment you stuck to one milestone and then you don't want to move, you are lost. I stopped, for example, I said, okay, now it's my home is too far, let me stop to the Elizabeth. What the teacher says, what the master says. Oh, you have had your pleasure. It may be a physical pleasure, it may be a pleasure of with food, with clothes, with home, with spouse, with being a single. So what the teacher says, the relationship does not bring the pleasure. It is my craving to move into that and seeking pleasure. At the end of that act of eating, what I feel. You had a very good food, and then what you say, oh, today I'm very happy. Once you understand that after the end of any act in the material world, you feel good. Oh, this is good. So this is a journey. Where you are, you can move into a journey. Never ever think that eating is a disorder, as the modern science. But only one thing is to be understood. I maintain an awareness. Oh, this food is giving me the pleasure, or the pleasure is within me. Only that level of awareness is required. If you don't become aware, then you are stuck with the food. If you are not aware, you are stuck with the sexual pleasure. If you are not aware, you are stuck with the possessions, and you think as if these possessions brings the pleasure. What is the journey of any spirituality and meditation? Continue the journey until you reach home, the way I reached home from Newark Airport. What is your airport? Where you are stuck. So when you're stuck, just remember that your mind is thinking, is conceiving that happiness lies in that person, in that event, in that act. There is not. I'm not saying don't refuse it, don't reject it. Move normally. I should have stopped in the service area to take a cup of tea. That's all. And then I said, let me start the journey again. Continue the journey. Do not stop. The moment you say, I stopped for this. This brings me happiness. This thought, this philosophy, this idea, even you need not to believe me. You have to move forward. You have to transcend, you have to go beyond this guy also. That is the message practically I give in Shanti meditation. Shanti means peace. I take a good food. So I had my student and he said, oh, this Subway is so good. So Prerna said, let him eat Subway every day. And after 3 days, I told him what you are doing, why you have come.
To eat Subway.
But I said, this is a one milestone. You simply remain aware. So today also we offered him. Before he...
Subway?
Yeah.
I have a question.
There is no criticism. Understand? It is only just let me remain aware. Now, look from my reference point of view. If I enjoy, if I get pleasure in teaching, this is also a milestone. Don't leave others. Put this guy also into the test. So sometimes people enjoy talking, giving a lecture. Yes. So, but when I sit, then I even do not like to talk to anybody. I'm there, gone. I'm with myself. Can that happen in our life? So what I wanted to point out, and then we will start our meditation, what I wanted to point out, that event, relationship, possessions, pain, pleasure, good, bad, high, low. Anything that this life offers, tell your mind, oh mind, be at peace, this will also pass until I reach my home. And you have done your meditation today. We enjoy, we have a good relationship. At one time we may, you'll say, oh, that's good, he talks a lot. No, this is, I'm sorry, no, this is first time you have come. So, but everything that comes from outside, it is in the format of a thought. The thought is related to the past. Past is memory. Memory is our social consciousness. So never ever think that it is you are only because of the upbringing of your parents, your school, your education and teacher. We all carry the impressions of millions of years of the entire human race since the dawn of a human civilization. What is meditation? Meditation says, drop this. They all are milestones. They all are milestones. They all are milestones. I have to go beyond all the milestones to reach home. And that home is of the nature of peace. That home is of the nature of pure awareness. That home is of the nature of love. That home is nature of truth consciousness. You have reached home. So what we did, we traveled one milestone to the second, to the third. Do not stuck. Do not stop. Do not refuse. Do not reject. Also do not accept. Through inquiry, through your awareness. Through your awareness. And through your awareness, if you do not stop, you continue the practice, one day you reach home. Let us start with a Shanti meditation today. So, whether you lie down or you sit, you are totally free to do that. So I sit so that I'll have more space, you have more space. I'll sit up on the bed So you'll have more space, you can lie down, you can sit. It is better, this is your first time, so you just lie down. Lie down. If you want to sit, Robert is going to sit, I know. The rest, you adjust. Take the blanket, take your everything. So I'm going to switch off the light and lie down on the back. Close your eyes for another session of Shanti meditation. Shanti meditation. Yes, that is the best. Do. Everything is good. The way you sit. Michelle, why don't you move come closer this side so you have freedom. Yes.
Selena wants to sit on my feet.
The skin of the feet and the head is the same. The same blood flows, but we'll talk later. So let us start. Michelle, why don't you move little towards her so that, okay, yes, right. Eyes are closed and you are comfortable. Now understand, being comfortable is also one milestone. Yes. And you become aware. Didn't I talk about the same thing? The milestone is being comfortable. Eyes are closed gently and your hands are on the floor facing up. You know, being comfortable is being happy. And being carefree means that you are not at all thinking. But yes, if the thinking, thoughts are coming, let them come and go. That is what I was aware of when I was driving and I saw that everything was running away from me, reaching home. So let the thought come and go. You are comfortable, you are happy. And being casual means that as if you have come to do nothing. When the mind perceives that you have to do nothing, it slows down. When it slows down, you are able to perceive and approach near to yourself. Wonderful. Everyone is comfortable, carefree, and casual. Do not allow the mind to even think, oh, I have to do a lot of big things. The meditation is very big. It is not bigger than you. And now, what we do in Shanti meditation, we go within by the first two steps. We live within by the third step. Fourth step, we become aware and conscious. Is living within continues? And in the fifth step, we transcend the mind. That means we become aware that peace does not depend on anything and everything that is outside. Simple, easy, effortless. First step is going within. But I must know what is outside. Become aware of the space in front of the body. It is a doing and it is a not doing. You feel the front of the body and you become aware of the body. There is a feeling And that feeling makes you aware of the space in front of the body. I told you before, in Shanti meditation, we do not think. The space is there. The moment you become aware of the space, the mind slows down. It begins dropping its own inhibitions. It perceives as if everything is running away from you. Become aware of the space on the right side of the body. You feel the right side of the body, the space, and the sensation. The right side of the body is there. So, mind is not doing anything. It is simply becoming aware. Okay. And feeling, sensation in the space. Become aware of the space on the left side of the body. You feel the left side of the body. The space is there. And the sensation. Become aware of the space on the top of the head. So what happens to the mind? Looks at the top of the head, it feels the sensation, and it becomes aware of the space over the top of the head. Become aware of the space under the soles of the feet. Become aware of the space on the back of the body. The mind instantly rejects where is the space. And when it slows down, then it becomes aware that the mat and the back of the body are two different objects. And there has to be a space. And that's how the mind begins going within, coming closer, returning to the source. You know, in Shanti meditation, we do it in a casual manner, in a very comfortable manner. Now become aware of the space all around your body. Mind needs some concept. And then I give you, just bring your awareness on the space above your forehead. From there the mind moves on the front of the body into the space, then the space under the soles of the feet, then the back of the body. Return again on the top of the head. Look, see, feel, become aware of the space, as if the mind is moving into the space all around your body. One cylindrical movement, other, the right side of the body in the space, front of the body, left side of the body and the back of the body. As if your mind is moving only into the space in these two cylindrical movement, or maybe a spiral. Whatever comes to the mind, it is a good beginning. But when you move your mind into the space, remain aware also of the body. You feel the sensation. Yes, we continue to experience those sensations. Yoga says, Master says they belong to energy body. What we are doing? Did I not talk in this before the meditation? You do anything, but with awareness. That liberates you from there. no rejection, no fight. Awareness of the body. Every step brings a conscious experience, and we move with that conscious experience into the second step. In that awareness of the body, you are comfortable. You are aware that you are comfortable. Let me also say, you are also aware that you are carefree. Means what? Suddenly you may hear the noise from outside. Oh, you need not to do anything. So you just became aware, you heard the noise, and you continue your journey. Same thing. The mind begins thinking. Okay, you are simply aware. Please do not focus, do not concentrate, do not fight. Did I fight with any milestone? Coming to my home? No. Same thing you do. Let us see what happens. In that state of awareness of the body, we move to the second step. Second step is known as pratyahara, withdrawal of the mind that is looking for the objects that it has experienced in the past. But we do not do it by force. I told you before. Let us see how it happens. Withdrawal brings the energy in equilibrium, and we experience a stillness that comes from deeper within. Let us see. Become aware of the head and the neck. Simple awareness and the space outside the head and the neck. And then move your mind or awareness from the space to the skin of the head and the neck. Now, mind flies into the space, moves freely and touches every cell of the head and the neck. What happens? Your sensation becomes intense, and you experience the stillness. You're moving naturally. That stillness belongs to the peace consciousness. In Shanti meditation, this is the first indication that we are marching, we are moving ahead in a right manner. But your mind says, no, I have a lot of thoughts. It's okay. There may be a traffic jam, then what? We wait and it goes. Become aware of the right arm. Become aware of the right arm and the space all around the right arm. You see, we are using the first step, the experience of the first step. Awareness of the space all around the right arm, and from the space the mind touches the right arm. What is that mind? It is your awareness. It is your attention. So you may have a thought and still it touches. When it touches, instantly your mind is absorbed into the sensation and the stillness. We are done. Without saying anything to the thought, without controlling the thought at all. That is the way of meditation. Become aware of the left arm and the space all around the left arm. Move your mind from the space to the skin of the left arm. And you are there, and comes a conscious experience of sensation in the left arm and the stillness. I'm not asking you to force your mind or enforce the stillness through the mind. I'm asking you, pointing you how to awaken to the stillness. That is one of the many manifestations of our real self. Become aware of the rib cage, the entire rib cage, and the space all around your rib cage. And move your mind from the space to the skin of the rib cage. You feel the sensation and you experience the stillness. Awareness of the belly. What it means by awareness of the belly, you are simply looking mentally to the belly. But what happens? Our mind has an exclusivity. Mind exists because of exclusivity, because of exclusive concentration. So when I say you become aware of the belly, and if there is any other thought, our mind begins fighting with the thought. But what did I say? I say, look at the belly and the space all around the belly, and then move your mind from the space to the belly. You feel the sensation and you experience the stillness there. Many changes takes place. As I was just talking to you, coming from the Newark to home, I had many thoughts. I was driving, I was looking at the traffic, same thing happens. You become totally oblivious of the driving because it is a skill set. It may happen to you. And then what happens? Oh, we fall into unconscious sleep. You need not to worry. Do not react, please. Once you begin hearing me, continue the journey. That is what I did today. That is what you like to do today. Become aware of the spine and the space all around your spine. Move your mind from the space to the skin of the spine. What happens now? In that state of doing nothing, you experience sensation there and a stillness. We are not asking the mind to give interpretation of it. I know you all are aware of a lot of literature, so this is not the time. Become aware of the right leg. Awareness of the right leg and the space all around your right leg. As we see the space between us, so we do see the space all around the right leg. Is there any difference? No. What I did, I simply made you aware of that. And move your mind from the space to the right leg. The mind touches, and you have a gentle tingling, maybe numbness, maybe the body starts freezing down. These are the variety of experiences you undergo in Shanti meditation. What should you do? No reaction? Accept it. You'll progress very fast. We need not to worry about anything that's happening. Why? We're not doing anything. We are moving the mind within, but we are not doing anything. Become aware of the left leg and the space all around your left leg. Move your mind from the space to the skin of the left leg, as if the mind is touching the left leg. If I use the metaphor, the fingers of the mind moves all over the left leg. It touches a sudden experience of the tingling, numbness. In those moments, sometime the mind moves very fast, deeper within, and falls into unconscious sleep. No worry at all. That's how we learn and experience the sensation and the stillness in the left leg. Become aware of the entire body. After some time we become aware of the car, its space, and it becomes natural for us to take any turn. In those moments we are aware of the space. Same thing I'm saying, you become aware of the entire body and the space all around your body. Good. And move your mind from the space to the skin of the entire body, from the top of the head to the toes. All around you see the space. And then what you do? From the space you move to the body. You touch, your mind touches every cell of the body, from the top of the head to the toes. It is a beautiful experience. Why I said that you touch every cell? Your mind looks for every cell. In that process, you know what happens? The mind slows down. When the mind slows down, the thought remains outside. Either, both the possibilities are there. Thought remains outside, the mind drops into unconscious sleep. Both are okay. Once you hear me, you return again, continue the practice, but maintain the sensation and the stillness. We are moving now to the third step. I call it inner journey. Without any information supplied by the mind in the field of awareness, we move the mind within. Awareness of the head and the neck. We take the experience of the second step, awareness of the head and the neck, and we become aware what is outside the space, the sensation and the stillness. And what is the third step? Look inside the head and the neck. Move your mind inside the head and the neck. Be there. What you did when you came to my home, you entered, you sat. Then I started. Same thing. You move the mind inside the head and the neck. Be there. Let your higher consciousness take over you. You were not aware what I'm going to speak today. Same thing. And what happens in those moments, you begin experiencing the sensation inside, and that I term as a state of the calmness, and the space within, I call it as a state of quietness. Become aware of the right arm. Become aware of what is outside the right arm, the space, the sensation, and the stillness. In that experience, move the mind inside the right arm and be there. That is what you did, my friends, when you came to me. You came, you adjusted, you sat, and then I started. You were there. You were the witness. Move inside the right arm. Be a witness. I'm not asking the mind to do, to think, to concentrate, to focus. And in those moments, the calmness and the quietness manifest from the deeper and the higher consciousness. In one tradition, the mindfulness of Buddhist meditation ends in third step. But we move forward, become aware of the left arm and the space all around your left arm, the sensation and the stillness. In those moments, move the mind inside the left arm and be a witness, be there. And when you are there, you become a witness to the sensation and the space within, naturally. And I call that as a calmness and quietness. I explain those terms clearly. Become aware of the rib cage and outside the space, all around, sensation. It is there. You see that point, if you see clearly that point, that it is there. We all together are simply knowing what is there. The space, the sensation, and the stillness. Life without sensation, not possible. We all have a life. We all have a sensation. Let us become aware of the space, the sensation, and the stillness. Look inside the heart. Be there. Be a witness that you are inside your heart. In the state of being comfortable, carefree. What comes, accepted. What goes, accepted. And in those moments you experience the calmness and quietness. Awareness of the belly, the space, the sensation, and the stillness. Look inside the belly. Be there. Calmness and quietness. Awareness of the right leg. We are on a journey. So we are asking the mind to please come with us. We are not focused. We don't create an amaze. We don't fancy. We don't have any imagination. We're asking the mind to move. Come on, let us make a journey. Awareness of the right leg, the space, the sensation, and the stillness. Look inside the right leg. Move your mind inside the right leg. Be a witness. Be there. When you're there, calmness and quietness, awareness of the left leg, the space, sensation, and the stillness outside. Move inside the left leg. Be there. That is exactly you did just now. You parked your car outside, you moved casually, and you entered, and you are here. That is what I'm saying you. Calmness and quietness, awareness of the entire body, the space, the sensation, and the stillness outside. Look inside the body from the top of the head to the toes. Move the mind inside and be there. You become aware of the sensation and the space, calmness and quietness. I told you, variety of experiences. The body begins freezing down, sometimes sinking. Sometimes we experience as the body has become so light. Sometimes we become unconscious, fall into sleep. It is okay. That happens in the beginning. I already explained to you. We are not reacting, rejecting, accepting. Whatever it is, it is. In those moments of stillness, sensation, calmness and quietness, mind is already within. So you refer the mind to the breath. You do not focus. Reference is different and focus is different. The moment the breath goes in, you look at the breath. The moment the breath comes out, you are looking the moving breath. When you're looking the moving breath, you do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. You feel the sensation of the breath. You know that what happens, that is a checkpoint. From there we'll take the turn. We only take the turn when the mind is within. So for the sake of doing, you're simply aware of the breath in the background. You have a conscious experience of the stillness, freezing down, numbness, calmness, quietness. Good. Now, the moment the breath goes in, look at a point on the forehead. I said, look. Remember, I did not say focus. When the breath goes in, look at the point on the forehead. The mind should not become a thinker. If it becomes a thinker, then it will ask, what point? Then it will remember, let me have a middle of the eyebrows. No. The moment the breath goes in, look at any point on the entire forehead. And everyone will have a different point. We already have 300 points. From there we can transcend the mind. The moment the breath comes out, you look at the same point on the forehead. Look, point on the forehead. Every time. It's a moving breath. So it's your moving sensation. You may begin feeling the sensation at that point on the forehead. What we did? We brought the prana with the mind. Sync, prana and the mind. One of the most beautiful saying of the Master, when the prana merges into the mind, there is nobody which can prevent you in going into meditation. The moment the breath goes in, you feel the sensation on the forehead, your awareness goes down into the forehead and you become aware of the inner space. When the breath comes out, you feel the sensation at the same point on the forehead. The awareness moves into the outer space. Natural, no control on the breath, feeling of the sensation. Awareness drops into the inner space. When the breath moves in, drops into the outer space. When the breath drops out. What will happen? Your conscious awareness will know the inner and the outer space merge together. You are already there in meditation. But it doesn't mean that you lose that awareness of the inner and the outer space. It is simultaneous. Can it happen by controlling the mind? No. Can it happen by changing the rate and the rhythm of the breath? No, my friend. You are comfortable, carefree, casual. There is a conscious experience of the stillness, sensation, calmness, quietness in those moments. We have a conscious experience of one space in and out. You are there. Be there. We are in a state of doing nothing, remain there. When we are in a state of doing nothing, the happening begins from the higher consciousness. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti. Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. We are not in a hurry. We remain in that same state, and now, as I talked earlier, we know. Bring your awareness on the right hand, and now, is the mind ready to come out? Is it ready to move the fingers? No. If no, remain there. You're doing the practice at home, so you're always welcome to stay as long as possible. Well, there is another possibility. You know the mind is within. And yes, you can consciously return on the right hand, becoming aware. You feel the sensation. Become aware of the left hand. And slowly you may raise both your palms, your hands, put it on your eyes. And we wait there. Once we put our palms on our eyes, we open the eyes inside the palms and we wait there to know our experiences. One, just gather your experiences, and also to know where your mind stuck. And slowly bring your hands down. You may sit up now. Still, we have a couple of minutes to go. We share our experiences. I did not stuck returning home. What about you? I didn't get your name? Kim, okay, Kim. So, Robert, how are you?
Fine.
Fine?
The stillness was very
Deep.
To see how the stillness leads to that awareness of the inner and the outer, and then
That's wonderful. Wonderful. How about you, Kim? Be open, frank.
Trying to figure out what it was.
Okay, but what is your experience?
Calm.
Calm. And ask your mind what you wanted to figure out. The best thing is to drop the mind. And once you drop the mind, then only you see the other side of your consciousness. I drop the car outside, then only I see what is inside. I drop the thought, then only I see what is inside. But yes, this is the first time you might be thinking what this guy is talking about, and yes, it happens. But gradually, the more. Calmness is good experience. How about you, Michelle?
I'm good. I'm calm.
Calm? Good. Helena?
Can't explain it.
That's good. Can't explain. Moved into silence. Calmness was there. You are, as you speak, you are in a different world, but you were fully aware. That's so wonderful. That is really good experience. How are you, Anne?
Yeah, I feel very calm and nothing really interfered with
Nothing
my
really.
calmness
Yeah.
during the meditation.
Wonderful. How are you, Elizabeth?
Feel good, less stress.
Less stress. You see, what did I talk in the beginning? A journey. That is how, in every session, I talk on different aspects, especially where Helena and Michelle attends the session in Yoga Plus Hours in English Town. Always, we have 60-minute session. We talked for 10 minutes on different issues, different topics in relationship to the meditation and a journey to our evolution. And then we practice meditation, we share our experiences. It is very important to share your experiences to prevent your mind to falling into hallucination and imagination. There is every chance. Michelle is laughing. Yes, she recalled her own experience. That is very important. So even Kim, when you criticize, so for the sake of making any statement, you're not criticizing. We will understand the way we should move. Bypassing, dropping all kinds of hallucination, dropping the cult, dogma, belief, release. In the purest form, I want to know myself in the purest form. Who am I? That is meditation. Simple. Please. So, how are you, my
Who?
friend Lily? Yes.
Me? I was asleep.
It's okay.
I was very tired.
It's
I
okay.
slept, and then I came out of my sleep,
And
I
you?
had nice few minutes of being completely.
Complete stillness, calmness was
That's
there.
right.
Last thing that how do I know that what is behind the walls of my neighbor? I do not know unless I enter into it. So the mind is always looking in front. Meditation is going behind the mind. So once we are aware that the mind has to go behind, what is in front? The senses, the objects of the senses, our problems, our worries, our tension, our stress, our idea of the peace and calmness. We leave everything. I said, okay, no, but I want to know what is inside. So we undergo a variety of experiences, we accept that and we share, we understand, we awaken, we evolve. Thank you very much for
Girish,
tolerating.
I think lying down is not good for me.